Students, you're doing an awesome job with your stories. The next section that we're going to be learning about is paragraphs. And as you can see here, this is one giant paragraph, and it certainly should not be. So there's a problem, and we need to fix it. But before we fix this paragraphing here, we need to know what exactly is a paragraph. What is a paragraph? A paragraph is a section of writing that is separated by indenting or spacing. And you can have paragraphing in nonfiction and fiction, and it looks completely different, right? In informational writing, your paragraphs are separated by different parts of information and how you're organizing it. And in a story, you use paragraphs to organize your writing, and you do this to show when a character changes their action or their talking, when there's a change in place, setting, or when there's a change in time. So when do I start a new paragraph in my story? You start a new paragraph when there's a change in character, place, or time. And we're going to practice this now with this mistake paragraph here, and we're going to try to fix it. So anytime I see that there's a new character talking, different character talking, or acting, a different place or a different time, I'm just going to use that spacing model. I'm going to push the enter or return key to start a new paragraph. I think I'm even going to indent, which is the tab key on the keyboard. So here we go. Mom always went to the park early to lay our blanket and set up chairs for the July 3rd fireworks. This gave us the perfect view of the show, and we never had to ask someone to move. There was just one problem. When we got there at 6:30 p.m., it looks like we have a change in time here. And you can see, right, the time lapse, and you can see that we're starting a new paragraph. When we got there at 6:30 p.m., the blankets and chairs were nowhere to be seen. In their place stood a giant hot dog stand. A little old lady was behind the counter, carefully setting hot dogs onto a tray of buns. Now, I know you're thinking, oh, that's a new character, it's a different character, the little old lady, but the little old lady goes with the hot dog stand. So we're still in the same paragraph. However, look at this. Mom took a step forward and said, so now we are changing characters. We're changing from the little old lady to the mom. Excuse me, ma'am, but did you happen to see a blanket and chairs here? The lady looked up and smiled. Oh, this is a different character. Even though she's not talking, she's acting. Oh, yes, I just set them down over by that tree, dear. I don't think you understand, Mom said. Oh, new character, different character, Mom. Taking another step closer. You see, my daughter and I have been sitting here for the last 10 years, and I have never seen this hot dog stand before. Well, that's because this is our first time here, dear, the lady said kindly. Looks like again, new paragraph, different character. When Mom didn't move or say anything, the lady asked, would you like a hot dog? Now, this is a little tricky because we have the lady talking, then we have Mom acting, and we have the lady talking again. So you're probably thinking, where do we start the paragraph here? This is a style question. It's all about style. So if you want to keep it all in one paragraph, that's fine. Let's see what happens if we do that. And now I could see Mom's face beginning to get red, so we're jumping back to Mom again. I think we should start a new paragraph there. Yeah, I don't like how it looks. I really do think they should be separated. I think that the lady talking here should be a different paragraph than here. No, no, I do like it together. See, so this is, when you look through your writing and when you go back and reread, sometimes you have to really think to yourself and think deeply about what you want and make some changes. It's not always going to look right away. So that's a good lesson to learn. I could see Mom's face beginning to get red, but I knew she was not going to get into a fight with a little old lady. No, thank you, she replied shortly and turned around. Come on, Lacey, let's go find another spot. I followed her over to the tree. Okay, so they're going to a new place now, and the narrator, the kid, is talking about what she's doing. So we're going to start a new paragraph here. I followed her over to the tree where our stuff was lying. The blanket was covered with dirt and leaves. Mom, why didn't you say anything? I said. Now, you might be thinking we should start a new paragraph here, but this is the narrator talking, and it's also the narrator doing this action of going over and seeing the blanket. So we're going to keep it together. But what about this sentence? Now we're going to end up behind a tree and we won't see anything. Oh, that's still the narrator talking, so we're going to keep that all in one paragraph. I'm sure it will be fine, she said, sighing. Now that is mom talking, so we're going to put that in a new paragraph. Maybe someone will let us sit next to them. 5 minutes later, we have a change in time here. That's our first change in time. So again, we're going to show that we finally found a spot, but it was next to a mother with a baby who clearly needed his diaper changed. Okay, so this story can go on, but I just wanted to show you how many paragraphs you can actually separate your story into based on whether you have a lot of character changing, right? A lot of places changing, or a lot of times changing. So this is how you can organize your story into paragraphs so that it's easy to read and it flows well and it makes sense to your reader. All right, so now that we've done this, try it yourself. Try it yourself. Organize this story into paragraphs. It's not a whole story, just a snippet, but I left this for you to try on your own.